Hi everybody, Laura here. So glad you're joining me today. I have a project to share with you using some Simon Says stamp goodies. I am going to be stamping this project with the Stacking Animals stamp set. I love this stamp set. These animals they crack me up with their expression. And I'm going to stack them up. So here's what I do and I'm not going to use any coordinating dice with this. We're going to go old school. We're going to stamp them. We're going to mask them. And we're going to make them look like they're all stacked up like that. And so what I'm going to do, lay them out how I want them to stack up. A little bit wonky, not too wonky, but just enough wonk. And then once you get it how you want it to look on the panel, make sure that I got enough animals that fits in the card. You know, you can't put every single one because it was really bothering me that I didn't get that giraffe. I love that giraffe, but I just couldn't fit them in. So now what you do is you're going to flip the lid on your Misti and everything's perfectly positioned how you know you want it to go. So the first thing you're going to ink up is the animal that is in the front, the foreground, which is that tiny little mouse on top. And everything else is going to look like it's actually behind. So the mouse is going to look like he's sitting on the bird, who's sitting on the turtle, who's sitting on the turtle, and you get the idea. So I inked up the mouse with my new favorite black ink. It's the new Intense Black by Simon Says Stamp. And I'll tell you what, I kind of consider myself to be a bit of an ink connoisseur, if you will. And I am very, very picky, very finicky about my inks. Here's my new stamp cleaner, by the way. I got to just talk about the new Lawn Fawn stamp cleaner. I love it. Got it at CHA. They're like, Laura Bassen, you got to have one of these stamp cleaners because everyone kind of knows that I've been using these absorbers for a long time from the automotive section. Well, they came out with their own pretty aqua one with the cute lawn fawn deer on it. I'm in love with it. It's awesome. You know it's going to get all dirty. It's not going to stay nice aqua forever, but I'm still in love with it. It's awesome. Okay, so what I did was I stamped the mouse, then I put a little piece of Post-it tape, stamped the mouse again on the Post-it tape, and this is what's going to be my mask. And I didn't take a lot of time to fussy cut that mouse or anything. I just need to mask off the bottom. And so by the way, FYI, those Misti magnets, I'll tell you, they will just jump right off and stick to your tweezers. Beware of those crazy flying magnets from the Misti. Those things are powerful magnets. Okay, so we masked off just the bottom of our mouse so that we could stamp our bird so it looks like the bird is underneath the mouse. Now we don't have to mask off the bird. This one's a little freebie because he's got the little twig legs and you're not going to need to mask him. He's just going to automatically look like he's standing on the turtle. So we're going to move right on ahead and stamp the little turtle and then do exactly like what I did with the mouse. Put a little bit of Post-it tape. And I don't have to re-ink or nothing. There's still enough ink on there to stamp that turtle on the Post-it. And you just need just a slight impression so that you can, cut the bottom of the turtle. And I'm not taking any time to get it like really perfect and precise. Just enough to mask off his feet so that I can go ahead and stamp the bigger turtle and it'll all work out in the end. You'll see when I remove all the Post-it tape, the magic. So we're going to go ahead and stamp the big turtle. Love these turtles, so cute. Now, did I talk about the Intense Black ink? Listen, I said I was a connoisseur. I'm very picky. I don't recommend inks unless I really believe in them. And especially now, I'm going to be coloring these with Copic, so I can't use my VersaFine, my Onyx VersaFine, which is my all-time favorite. Can't use it for this when you're coloring Copic. So what I used to use all the time was Memento. And I was always frustrated with Memento because I felt like it didn't give a nice, dark, rich a lot of times I had to stamp it 2 to 3 times. That's where the Misti came in handy to get a dark, crisp impression with my Memento. But this Intense Black, it will give you that darkness that you're wanting right off the hop. And it works with Copics. It's awesome. I highly recommend it. It also does good with sentiments. Now, I'm a real stickler, for fine lined sentiments and detail. You got to have the right ink that gives you that crisp detail. And this ink gives you the results you want. It's the cat's meow, I'm saying. So I went ahead, we finished stamping our animals. Now I'm removing the Post-it tape, which shows all the magic that is underneath. You can see how all these animals look like they're stacked on one another. It's perfection. We use no dyes. This is old school. And we're stamping the sentiment before I go ahead and color with Copics. This is from Happy and Smile. It's another Simon Says stamp set. And then we'll go ahead. I sped this up really quick because I'm just very simply coloring in these animals with my Copic markers. You can see the marker caps there on top if you want to know exactly what colors I used. Hopefully I didn't speed up the video too much. I know you like to see a little bit of the coloring, but then again, I don't want to bore you to tears. I don't want to make you fall asleep. I was just trying to get my daughter, my 5-year-old Emma, to sleep. And that's a tough one sometimes. Every day she brings home a book from school and we read it before bed. And then I say, okay, time for sleep. And I'll lay with her for a couple minutes and she just talks and talks. She's so chatty. And I'll say, enough talking. Enough, no more, time for sleep. And she's like, but Mom, I have so much to say. And so then I just thought just now, I'm like, you know what? Maybe I should have her watch a video of me coloring with Copics. Maybe that'll put her to sleep. So anyhow, coloring the bird, I was thinking cardinal bird, with the pop of red. I thought that'd be bringing some color with these stacked animals. They can get a little earthy tone for me, and I need some pop there. So I threw in a bright red bird, just because I can. And then I colored my mouse the same color as the elephant. And then what I do here is my little secret weapon. I take my Signo white gel pen and I go around where I've made some mistakes. This covers up any boo-boos that you might have made if you go outside the lines and whatnot. It's like a concealer. It's like a good concealer. We all need that every once in a while. Yes, I'm using concealer more than I'd like to admit these days. I don't know what is going on with my skin. It's just getting spotty. So I put a little ground underneath my alligator, taking my Copic multi-liner. This is the 0.1 and just drew a line, kind of keeping it consistent with the lines on the animals so everything looks similar. And I popped this up on a lipstick red card base, and this card is finished. So fun. Love these stacking animals. Thank you for joining me. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time.